Yes, sir!
Because of the snow, it allowed us to push districts back a week and then take it from another school, and then we got to host it. So it was really cool for that. We came in and wrestled in our own gym for our district tournament, which was really cool, especially for seniors that didn't have, they thought the last match that they were gonna wrestle in that gym was gone. And so being able to wrestle in districts was really cool, especially at home. And we ended up in the 2 days of wrestling, we took home the district title, and that was a pretty special thing because we haven't done that in a long time, and I just knew these kids had the ability to do it, and especially in our home gym. And we ended up qualifying 15 kids, which I believe the MP record before was 7 kids at the state, and we ended up qualifying 15, so more than double. And it's just was an amazing season. 17-0 league champion, district champion, and then also sending 15 kids to state was just unreal.
At 120 pounds, one half of Thunder and Lightning, Garrett Thunder Reeves.
Garrett Thunder Turner is me, I guess. Just fast, tough, scary wrestler from Marysville, Pilchuck, who's who has the most wins in MP history. As a team, we also I felt like we were really strong as a family at district. Our bond was good. We were all on Matt's side, watching everyone, supporting everyone, which I think led to the reason we got first at districts. My first place match was against one of my best friends. I was scared. I was really scared. He knows all my moves. I know all his. It's really even. I mean, it's pretty even at practice, so it was kind of nerve-wracking. But I did pretty well. I teched him in the last second. Kind of it was cool, but I didn't want to he's my teammate, so I don't want to go crazy, or he's family, so.
At 126 pounds, one half of Thunder and Lightning, Dylan Lightning Reeves.
It's Dylan Lightning because, I'm a flashy guy, I know. I got pink stars in my head, I got the bleached blondes. I'm a flashy wrestler, I like big moves, I like throwing kids, I like putting kids in danger. Districts went alright for me. I won a couple, I lost a couple. I lost Anna Cordis, Jordan Jobson. He's been my rival for sure this year. I lost to him at gut check. He cut from 38 to 26. So I lost to him at gut check. And then, he cut to 26 again for districts. So I was I knew I had to wrestle him, but I didn't think it would come so early. So yeah, I lost that match at districts. Got a little in my head because I really wanted to beat him. And then I went up the back and I ended up getting third. So I was proud of myself, but then again, I really wanted to go for first and second.
The sibling rivalry, it's definitely a thing. We compete on everything. I think we argue at least once a day about who's better at wrestling.
Growing up, my mom still tells us to this day the story. We were in the crib, always wrestling. He was always trying to beat me up. We've been wrestling our entire lives.
Those guys, and I can imagine their living room, it's got to be just knock down, drag out all the time because they are really tough on each other in the room. They get after each other, they beat on each other. They're super competitive, but they're not so competitive to where you have to separate them. In the living room, maybe that might happen and mom and dad have to step in.
At 215 pounds, Aiden Eagle.
My name is Aiden Eagle. I'm class of 2027. My weight class for wrestling is 215. At first, actually, I had 2 buys right away, and I was already in the semis. And then I got told by my coach the next day following that I got a match against Anna Cordis. I went out there, I beat him, I pinned him. Then my second match was against Bellingham. I knew it was going to be a tough match, I knew I had to work my stuff. I just had to go out there and fight hard and get him back. It was honestly kind of nervous. It was a lot of nervous. It's something I never thought I could be able to do it. And then I got out there and I heard my name get called. I was just pushing through, and it was just a fun experience, a fun time, a fun moment at the right time.
Aiden's one of my favorite guys. And the reason I say that is he's got this weird arrogance about him, and I absolutely love it. He has no business winning a lot of the matches that he wins, because he's got this confidence that he is better than whoever he steps across the mat from. And that is something that is so hard to coach, that you can't coach that mental game that he's got.
Straight out of MP, representing the Lady Tomahawks, the toughest Eagle of them all, Senior Jasmyn Eagle.
My name is Jasmyn Eagle. I'm a class of 2025. I wrestle for 235 from Marysville, Pilchuck High School. Sophomore year was kind of an experience for me for the first time. I wasn't expecting anything, but going against tougher girls in 3A districts was kind of hard, but at the same time, I know I came back junior year bigger and stronger. I came back a lot stronger just by being in the gym and just going against tougher girls throughout my senior year was kind of hard, but not too hard. My record this year was 14-4. I lost 4 matches and I won 14 pins. 2 of them I think were 2 techs by points, but either that, it was a good season my senior year.
She's one that really started putting it together last year. She started getting that little bit of confidence and wanting to push her team, and that toughness to want to start driving to do really great things.
At 175 pounds, Senior, the last tuba shot did, Rodger Jones-Charles-Shelton.
I'm Rodger Jones-Charles-Shelton. I wrestle for MP in class of 2025, and I'm 175. The Mariner tournament came, and I was out my first matchup. I had a kid from Bainbridge, and I ended up getting hurt. I thought it was going to be extremely serious and permanent. I thought I wasn't going to be able to walk ever again.
I think we were all a little scared, and it was kind of felt, whoa, this is bigger than wrestling at the moment. And so we ended up going to the doctor, and the doctor obviously took some scans and they did all this stuff, and they said, if you take these necessary steps and you do your rehab, we're gonna clear you. And obviously he ended up doing that and clearing, and kind of wrestled JV for the rest of the season just to make sure that, we kept his back, strong, and he could strengthen it through those, the JV matches, and then goes out in the districts and ends up winning the district tournament and becomes a district champion in his second year ever of wrestling. That dome it's big, it's packed. I mean, that dome was packed with fans. So, you're a high school kid, you're 15 to 18 years old, it's a little nerve-wracking, and it feels almost bigger than it is. And I think there was a little bit of doubt that, I don't deserve to be there, when they definitely deserve to be there. I kept making that a point. You deserve to be here. You earned your spot to be at this state tournament.
Last year, I threw up 3-4 times. I mean, seeing that many people in that huge venue was crazy. I mean, I've never experienced anything like that. So, I mean, the ceilings are huge. I just remember looking up at the ceiling, feeling dizzy and needing to throw up. So I threw up a lot. Anything I'd put in my body would just come straight back out. This year, same amount of people, but I knew I've already been there before. So a lot of the nerves weren't there. I mean, and then I was warming up with Garrett the whole time, cracking jokes at him, trying to keep him ready, but not tense. You got to stay loose, you got to stay ready. We stayed warm, but we didn't get stressed. I mean, it's just a game. Even though we do train our butts off, and sometimes it feels like a full-time job, we got to remember it's just for fun, and we're trying to earn things, but we got to have fun at the same time.
Me and Dylan like to line dance a little. It gets the country girls. We just line dance, calm ourselves down, have a little fun. That's what wrestling's about, having fun. Just no reason to be stressed. Warming up on the mat for my second year, which was calmer. It wasn't as big of a deal. Did a few laps before I started warming up just to calm myself down. It's not that big. Tony was making some good jokes, I think, too, which was keeping me pretty calm.
The first day, on the first morning, I was just looking at the entire Tacoma Dome, and I was just thinking that this is the place that I'd be wrestling last for high school, at least. And I just wanted to take it in and make sure I remembered it. I just had the jitters, and then had to get warmed up before matches to get the jitters out.
It was a good experience, I would say. It was not a lot of nerve-wracking and everything before you step on those mats. It was like you knew like it was that nervous you ever felt, like a big crowd you never been in, and then like once you step on that match, like you knew you have to go win this match to move on and go wrestle your next match.
So my 2 years of going to state, absolutely 0 pins from state, and coming back as senior year with 2 pins kind of felt good. At first, I thought I wasn't gonna pin my second girl, but I ended up pinning her. When the first throw she threw me, I was a little hurt, my elbow hurted and my knee, the way she threw me. And at first, we almost had to call it injury time, but I told my coaches that I don't want to stop this match. I just want to get it done and over with. And just sharing that experience with them, thought that I was going to place. Being emotional with my coaches kind of mean a lot to me because I knowing them since my freshman year, and I wrestled with this team since my sophomore year. And just sharing this experience with them, winning my 2 first pins with them, feels amazing. Sharing the mats with my brother was actually pretty good. That was always one of my goals, was me and my brother making it to state with each other. And last year, he didn't make it to state with me. I was kind of bummed out with it. But this year, we went and we got to wrestle.
It was the best I can ever witness. Just 2 Eagles there at the Tacoma Dome. Something I couldn't get done. I lost that match. It was all you know what, it is what it is. I'm I gotta go out and get this next match. I was sitting there, I was mad. I ended up punching a metal bar, and I kind of messed up my hand, and I taped it up and all. Calmed down. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna go get this win. I was down, I think 3-2, and then it was just a fun experience. I got my underhooks, and I knew I had to work from there. And then once I got that stalling call, I was yep, I'm gonna get this win right here. I got it, got my trip, I got behind him, and it was just a fun experience. Right after that match, I went up there and I hugged my coach Sam first, and I was just I knew I was gonna do it, coach. And then I went to Coach Hoyen, and I was very proud of myself.
He's one of those kids that he is going to stay in the match every single time. He believes that he is tougher than every kid out there. He believes he's bigger. He believes he's stronger. And whether it's true or not, that belief in itself is so powerful in wrestling. And he beat some extremely good wrestlers to get to where he was at. He grinded out those matches and fought his way through, and that was another special thing.
Yeah, last year I didn't win a match at state. I went 0-2. So this year, winning that first match at state was a shocker to me. I mean, I didn't realize I did it till after the match was over. I almost cried. So yeah, winning that match was definitely crazy. Felt like I accomplished what I came for, but I think I got in my head a little bit. I thought, it's over. I did what I wanted. I did what I came here to do. So yeah, those next couple matches I didn't do so well. It killed me for sure. It broke my heart, but I did what I came to do, So next year, I'm definitely going to be up top 3, mark my words.
I went into Heritage my junior year, and I wanted to try out wrestling because I was not good at basketball. And I walked into the wrestling room. Right when I walked into the wrestling room, I could tell there was a lot of energy, and there was a lot of people that wanted to make themselves better and thought and knew that they were capable of doing great things in the sport.
He was a little nervous at first. He's like, oh man, the state tournament. And we're just like, heck with that, you belong here. You belong here. And so we kept talking, and he just owned it. And he went out. His first match, I believe, he went out and pinned the kid. And that kind of calmed the nerves a little bit. But his second match, he beat a kid that should have placed top 3. And they rolled through. He threw him. The kid rolled through, put Rodger on his back. Rodger ends up kicking over, putting that kid on his back. Rodger had that never quit mentality. Kicked right over and put the kid to his back and just squeezed him up and pinned him.
Second-year wrestler was crazy to me. I mean, seeing him going to state was crazy to me, and now he's up there running for placements. It was really cool. I was inspired. I was inspired by Rodger.
Seeing Rodger out there, Rodger only been wrestling for 2 years. That's what nobody really understands. And he went out there, and every day, me and him, we grinded in that wrestling room every day. And we knew we're gonna make it this year, bro. Just by the moment, we already knew.
Even though I got 6th, I wish I got higher. I feel like I could have gotten higher, but Coach Tony, he told me that I was so young in the sport that I didn't realize that all those guys that placed up there with me had at least 4 years of experience. Like, people work their entire lives just to get on this podium, and I'm here with 2 years of experience.
I ran into Dimitri Robinson, and I said, well, it finally happened, Dimitri, and since 2009. And he said, what happened? And I said, we finally had another Heritage kid place at the state tournament.
Had to go for 7th and 8th place. Ended up losing for 7th and 8th place, and I was I was mad because I should have never lost 2 in a row like that, 3 in a row. And then once I got on that podium, I was like, man, it feels good to be on this podium to prove everyone wrong.
Getting onto the podium this year was a big goal of mine. I know I'm not high on the podium, but I guess you just got to take it step by step, hoping next year you can get on the very top of the podium. Hoyen's he might be my favorite coach. I have a tradition with him where I slap his hand before every match.
Yeah, every match he gives me a double high low 5, and he goes as hard as he can, and so it does sting my hands a little bit. But he not only ended up becoming a state placer this year, which was awesome, he broke the single season record, and he's the only MP wrestler to have over 40 wins in a single season, at 41 wins.
Coach Hoyen told me that the record was 42. So I think halfway through the season, he was telling me, you could do it. It's 42. It's 42. So all year I was thinking 42. Let's go get this 42. And at state, I won a match. I didn't even know. And he comes up to me and said, you just broke it. It was 38. So after that, I was like, okay, let's go get the 42 still. So I was one away from getting that 42. I got 41, but it was still great to be able to beat the record with Drew watching. Drew came up to me right after the match and gave me a hug and said, I'm proud of you. I'm glad it was a native kid to beat it, which was really, really, really nice.
I already miss wrestling practice. Even though I kind of hated wrestling practice, I just miss hanging out with the boys. I'm gonna be working towards becoming a firefighter with Tulalip, and hopefully get on their wildland team and go fight some wildfires.
Wrestling for Marysville Pilchuck, actually, it's kind of a lot. I love it. I will always have a big heart in my place for wrestling, even though it's my last year. I don't think I will ever get to see these girls ever again. They're all my family. Some of them look up to me as their big sister, and it's kind of hard to say goodbye to them as my last year.
Everybody's goal in that wrestling room is to go out on the podium next year. And I keep telling everybody, I'm like, more wrestling time in that wrestling room. We just need to develop a lot more. We need to keep going, moving, keep pushing, and we just need to talk to each other, like, and just have fun at the end of the day.
It's not a lot of time to train if you think about it. Me and Garrett, we're doing MMA all summer. We're traveling Dallas, Reno, Vegas, Rocky Mountain Nationals. We're going everywhere because we know that we don't have enough time to train. So we got to get it done now. We got to work every single day. There's a job to be done. And so, yeah, we're focusing. We're getting dialed in. We're trying to get better, and so we can be up on those podiums even higher next year.
My goals for next year, a senior, I got to help bring on the next wrestlers. I want to get top 3 at state next year. I want to beat Drew's other record of most wins in MP history.
Of all of our team, our placers were all native kids. To see them work so hard that they actually place in the state tournament, and I'm watching these guys, and I'm watching 3 tribal members and 1 other native all place, and I'm just like, wow, how cool is that?
Joseph, the Reaper, Davis.